What's up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, we are going to design our mechanical air system, alright? So the first thing that we will be doing is we are going to place a hosted air terminals, and then after that, I'm going to show you how to place a non-hosted air terminals. It's almost identical, okay? The only difference is one air terminals need a host while the other one doesn't need a host. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to add a hosted family, hosted air terminal. Okay, so I'm going to put that to this area here. Okay, so currently we are on level 2 ceiling plan. Okay, level 2 HVAC ceiling. So as you can see, there's the ceiling. All right, so let's place our air terminal. But before that, let me just open the airflow schedule that we have created last time. So this is our airflow schedule. Okay, and then let me just edit my airflow schedule again. So let me go to properties, format. So I want to change the color here on my airflow delta. So I changed that conditional format. So I want to test it not equal to minus 25 and hang on, not between minus 25 and 25 CFM. Okay, and then I want that to be colored red. There you go. So that's the condition. So airflow delta that is not between minus 25 and 25 CFM, it will turn to red. Okay, so let me just select OK, and then I'll just select OK, and boom, so it's now colored red. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select level 2 HVAC ceiling, and then I'm going to select tile views, or you can type WT, so you can see it sort of like side by side. Alright, so let us now place our air terminal. So let's go to the systems, let's select air terminal, and then properties. So we will be using this one. So this is a hosted family. So it needs to be placed on a host like a ceiling. So this is our ceiling here. And then for the placement, so we're going to place it on face. Okay, so place on face. Let's click that one and you will be able to see your air terminal. Okay, so let's say I'm going to place it here. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to select here modify. So that's it. Very simple. So that's how you place your hosted air terminal. So just make sure you have a host. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to, and then by the way, this space here, which is, what is this space? Our lounge 223. Let's look at that one. So this one, 223. You notice right after we place our air terminal here, this options here, this one, the actual supply airflow field in our schedule updated. So if I'm going to delete this again, so let me just show you. Okay, you see, this one is 0, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my air terminal again using this air terminal, place on face. So let me just place it here. And then this air terminal has 500 CFM. So if I place it here, this one will becomes 1000. Okay, so let's try that one. So let's place it, and there you go. So it's now updated. Okay, so the airflow delta is calculated accordingly. You see our delta here. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to modify the supply diffuser flow. Okay, so I'm going to select the air terminal, and then after that for the flow here, so let's say I'm going to change that to 425 and then enter. Okay, again, it updates here. Same with the airflow delta. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the air terminal. Okay, so let's copy the air terminal. So let's select that one, select copy. All right, so I'm going to make that multiple. Then I'm going to pick the base point here, and then I'm going to place let's say one here, and then another one here. Okay, and maybe another one here, and then another one here. Okay, and then after that, select here, modify. So every time I place it, so our space here also updates, right? Okay, and then just select modify to deselect the model. So now the next thing that we will be doing is we're going to tag our diffuser. Okay, so let's tag our diffuser. So let's go to the systems, and then after, let's go to annotate, and then let's select here tag by category. So let's click that one. I do not want to have a leader line, so I'm going to select hide all leader. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to, let's see if I have a loaded tag here. So I'm going to select this. So there is no loaded tag on my air terminal. That's why nothing is showing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load a family, and then I'm going to look for a family, tag family. So just give me a sec. I'm going to locate the exercise files. Okay, so this one. So I'm going to load the diffuser tag. So let's click that one and then open. There you go. So there's now my tag. So I'm going to select here OK, and then there you go. So it's now showing. Okay, so I'm going to pick. So I'm going to place another one here. Okay, and then I'm going to place one here. So let's tag our air terminal. Okay. Right. So if I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to edit the family to see the tag family, as you can see, this one, I'm going to select edit here on my label. By the way, this is the family editor. So if you are new in Revit family, so this environment is a family editor. So I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to select edit here. So that is a flow, right? So it shows us here the flow. So how about this one? So I'm going to select this one. What is this mark or label for? So I'm going to select edit. So that is for the mark. So if we edit the mark of our air terminal, it will be placed here at the top. Okay, so let me just close this one first. I'm not going to modify that family. All right, so right now we haven't modified yet the mark of this air terminal, but we are going to do that. So I'm going to show you how to do that one. Okay, so you just need to click. So just click the tag and then just click that mark area. And then let's say this will gonna be supply diffuser 1-12-104, enter. Okay, so I'm gonna select this one. So maybe I'm going to copy this, copy that, and then let's paste it here. So this is 107. There you go. So this is 105. That's 105. Okay, so this is 106. 106, and then this one is 108. Enter. Okay, so now our tag here it's a bit of mess because it's overlapping the line here. So we are going to edit the tag family. So to do that, just click the tag and then select your edit family. Okay, so what we are going to do, we're going to click this and then just move up like that. Just approximate, and then after that, just load that back into the project. Click that, and then let's override. There you go. Okay, so it's too high, so let's edit again. Edit family, click that, so drag, maybe like that, and then load again, override. Okay, so that's what I want to see. Okay, so there's the mark and then there's the flow. Okay, so now the next thing is we're going to edit the diffuser family. So so we're going to edit the family. So let's do that. So let's click the diffuser and then I'm going to select here edit family. Okay, right, and then here on my family editor of my air terminal, I'm gonna change my view. Instead of 3D view, I'm gonna make it reference level, like floor plan. So double click that. Okay, all right, and then after that, so there's a lot of lines here on my model, so we are going to highlight one of the symbolic lines that we have here. So do we have symbolic lines here? So I think this is the symbolic line. So let's click the symbolic line. Okay, and then after that, here on my properties, so we are going to change the reference there. So instead of weak reference, we are going to change that to a strong reference. Why? So the reason why we changed that to strong reference, because strong reference, we can use that reference line to align to the lines of the ceiling grid. So that's why we change it to a strong reference. So we can use this symbolic line to align with the lines of the ceiling grid. Okay, so we change that to strong reference. And then after that, we're done with that one. So let's load back. So load to the project. Okay, override. That's it. Okay, and then after that, modify. Okay, so we can now use that to align. So like, for example, I want to align my air terminal to the grids. Okay, so let's say for maybe I'm going to add another air terminal. Okay, so I'm going to add another air terminal. Like, I'm going to add a return diffuser. Okay, so I'm going to add a return diffuser. So let's go to systems, just for the example of aligning the air terminal to the grid. So air terminal, so let's change this one to a diffuser. So return diffuser, let's click that. Okay, and then after that, we're going to place, let's say I'm just going to click somewhere here. Oh, okay, I'll just click somewhere here. So that's my return, and then also I'm going to place another one here. Okay, then after that, I'll select here modify. So now I'm going to edit this diffuser. So let's click that, edit family. Okay, and then let's go to the reference level, and then let's select the symbolic line. So I'll just use this one, the symbolic line. Okay, and then I think we can select all the symbolic lines here. So let's select all the symbolic line, just this outside line here. So let's click that. So that's a symbolic line. Yep, and then hold control. Let's click the other symbolic lines, and then let's go to properties, and then change the reference to strong reference, and then apply. Okay, and then after that, we're going to load it back to the project. Okay, so this project here, and then okay, overwrite. Okay, and then let's try to align. So I'm going to align that. So let's go to the annotate. Oh, sorry. Let's go to the modify. Let's use the align tool. Okay, so let's click that so I can align. Okay, so let's click this one here. So let's say this one, something like that. Okay, maybe from here. Okay, so that's how I want that to be aligned to the grid. And same with this one here. So let's say to this side here, that side, this side here, that side. Okay, and then after that, we're going to select here modify. Okay, so now for my return diffuser, I'm going to select it both. So select one and then hold control to select the other return diffuser, and then let's change the flow. Okay, so let's change the flow, and then we're going to change that to 650. Let's try 650 and then modify. Okay, now another thing that you can do with your air terminal here is that you can modify the arrow. Okay, you can modify the arrow of your air terminal. So like for example this one, I'm gonna select this. You see there's an option here wherein you can modify the, let's say the right arrow I don't want unchecked, down arrow I don't want unchecked, and then apply. See, you are able to modify it. Right, or let's say I want the right, I don't want the left, I want down. Okay, so something like that. So you can also press space bar to rotate. Select your model, your air terminal, and then press space bar, and then it will rotate. So down, right, okay. Okay, so let's click this one. So I only want the up arrow and then the left arrow. So I don't want the right, I don't want the down arrow. Okay, so now I'm going to press space bar. There you go, to place or orient it properly. Okay. Right, so basically that's how you place your hosted family. So if it is a hosted family, it needs to have a host like ceiling, for example. So that's why, as you can see, when you edit that family, you can see there's a host in the 3D view, right? So there's a host. Okay, so that's the host of your air terminal. So let's close that one. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to show you here is, let's place a non-hosted air terminal. So this one, you don't need any host. That's why it's non-hosted. Okay, so let's go to that exercise. This one, non-hosted exercise file. Again, you can always use your own exercise or actual project file. But if you want, you can also support me by purchasing the exercise file that I'm using. You can check out the description of this video. I have put the link there, so you can click that link if you want to avail these exercise files that I'm using for this video. Okay, now for the model, let me just change first the scale here. So let me change that to 1/8 1 foot. Click that. There you go. Right, and then let me just zoom into this area. So what is this area here? So this is instruction 115 space. So this is where I'm going to place my non-hosted air terminal. Okay. All right, so let me just go back again to the project browser, and then I want to open the space airflow schedule. And then let's go to the floor plan and then click tile views again. Right, so for this one, I'm just going to quickly edit this schedule. Okay, just like what we did earlier. So let's just make sure you selected your airflow schedule. Let's go to properties and then go to the format. Let's click the airflow delta, and then we are going to make it a conditional format by not between minus 25 CFM, 25 CFM, and then the color is red. Then okay. So that's my airflow delta. Okay. Right. So let's go here. So let's place our non-hosted family. So let's go to systems, and then let's go to air terminal. Okay, so I'll be using 24 by 24 face neck. This one 24 by 24 8 neck, because this one is hosted. This is the non-hosted. So 24 by 24 8 neck. So let's click that one. And then I'm gonna make sure tag on placement is turned on, so that there's a tag as I place my air terminal. So let's say I'm just gonna place it somewhere here. There you go. So there's the CFM value again. Select here, modify. So now we are going to change the height of this. Because this is a non-hosted family, by default, it will be placed at the 0 elevation. So it's on the floor. So you need to change the offset. So from level 1, so you need to change the height of that. So we're going to change that to 9, or let's say 8 feet. So let's change that to 8 feet and then apply. Right? And then after that, let's change the CFM value. Okay? So we are here on 115 space. 115. That one, right? So this is where we have placed it. Okay? So we're going to change the value of this. Okay? So I'll change the CFM to, let's say, 360. Enter. And then modify. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to copy this. Okay, so let's copy this one. Click that. And then let's copy. And then I'm going to pick the base point here. I'm going to move my pointer below. And then I'm going to type the distance 20. Enter. Okay. And then after that, I'll select here, modify. Okay. So I'm going to change the type of this. I'll change this one to, what did we put a while ago? So we call it SD 1-12-109 mark. And then click outside. Now let's edit the tag again. So let's click the tag, edit the family, and then let's click this and then just drag a little up like that, and then load into the project. There you go. Okay, so this one I'm going to tag. So let's go to annotate, tag by category, and then let's tag it. Okay, and then modify. Okay. Right. And then let's copy this. Let's copy this air terminal, this one, and then this one. Copy, multiple, click, paste point, move your pointer to the right, and then type the distance 14 and then enter. There you go. And then modify. Okay. Okay, and then after that, we're going to tag it. So let's tag as well. Where's my tag tool? Annotate, tag by category. Right. Let's click our air terminal. Click air terminal. Okay, there you go. Right. So let's say this is my, let me copy this mark first. And then I'm going to paste it here. So this is, let's say 10. And then this is, this is 11. And this is 12. There you go. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to embed a schedule on our space airflow schedule. So how to embed a schedule? Okay, so to enhance the schedule, you can add an embedded schedule to show data. Let's say the system type, type mark, and the flow of our air terminal. Because right now, this is only for space airflow schedule, right? But if you want to embed the schedule of air terminal, so you can see what you have placed here on your space schedule, so you need to embed the schedule. So to do that, so make sure you activate your schedule view by clicking that portion, that name, and then after that, we're going to select your embedded schedule. So let's click edit, and then you check embedded schedule, air terminals, and then embedded schedule properties. So let's click that one. So what I want to do is I want to show the system type. Double click the type, mark as well, and I also want to include the flow. Okay, so you see what will happen here under 115, and then there's also another information that will be added here. Okay, take a look. So I'm going to select OK, and then OK again, and there you go. You see, it now adds the air terminal that we have added, and then there's this detail of our embedded schedule. So it shows us the name, the type of the air terminal, and then the mark, and then the flow. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let me just edit this schedule again. So let me go to sort. What I want to do is, I want to sort it by, let's say, mark. So I'm going to select, do I have a mark here? So I don't have a mark. Oh, let's go to embedded, sorry. Embedded schedule. That one, and then let's go to sort. So I want that mark. So I want to sort my embedded schedule by mark, and then I'll select here OK. Then OK. Right, so it's now embedded, sort by mark. Okay. Right. And you will also notice our airflow here. Although the airflow delta value is within an acceptable range, it is negative value. So next, we are going to modify the airflow capacity of the diffuser on our lower left corner of the space to offset the increased heat gain of our southwesterly exposure. Okay, so we are going to modify that one. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to select this one, 1110, and then let's change that to 450. Okay, 450, enter. Okay, and then for 111 and 112, so I'm gonna change both to 330 and then 330. Okay, so now for the instruction, it's 13 CFM. Okay, and then you will notice that each change that we have done is dynamic and immediately propagates throughout our project. So because you are modifying the digital database of building information. Okay, so because this is BIM. So as you can see now, our airflow delta value for the space 115, okay, is now positive value. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to show you after we place our non-hosted air terminal, so we are going to place an air handling equipment. Okay, so let me just close our schedule. I don't need that anymore. So I'm going to select systems, and then let's go to mechanical equipment, and I'm going to select here an equipment. Okay, so the equipment that I'll be using is, how about 4 tons, this one. Okay, WSP, horizontal high efficiency, 2 to 5 tons, left return, right discharge, 4 tons. Okay, and then you can press space bar before you place your mechanical equipment. Press space bar, and then I press again. Okay, so that's how you do it. Okay, So I'm going to place it somewhere here. There you go. And then I'll select here modify. So again, this is a non-hosted component. That's why if I'm going to edit, if I'm going to open this section here, you can see that my mechanical equipment is on the floor, right? That's what happens if you don't specify the height of your non-hosted family. So you just select that one and then you change the offset. Okay, so you change the offset. So let's say 9 feet. Okay, so just type 9 and then select apply, and there you go. Right? And then just select here modify. Okay, so basically that's how you place your non-hosted family and use your schedule to design your project. Okay. All right, so that's it for this exercise about placing a hosted family and non-hosted family in our project for our design. Okay, so hopefully you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.